We're going to be looking more into this energy. This is considered as a part 2. If you was here for the first video, I was going over the energies of Selena and Rihanna and how closely they are related. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So this is the darker sides of womanhood during Women's Month. Today is March 10th, 2026. And I wanted to get into this video because with everything that's happening, you're going to see more and more women who is going to become unhinged. And what do I mean by that? It's going to be referenced in different types of feminine archetypes. You may have some women who are, let's say, jealous and envious of another type of archetype, and they will act on their jealousy and envy because we're living in a time now where, especially with all of the planetary alignments, we have Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, Mercury, Venus, and there was another one, Jupiter. So I believe it's 6 in total. However, these energies are very prominent. It's 6 different types of planetary alignments that's happening, and people are not going to be able to hide what's been festering on the inside. And that's due to the Aries placement and how Aries are going to bring everything directly in front of you. So that way you'll be able to face it head on, right? So let's get back into the actual video. That was just like a little side part of it. But with this particular energy, as I've referenced in the first video, that Rihanna and Selena, they have this multifaceted career type of energy. They would have been, especially for Selena, she would have been seen as this huge mogul by this time. And she was already working on this particular type of energy 20, 30 years ago. So, yeah, I think when it comes to womanhood, specifically Black women, we tend to focus a lot on ourselves. And I think we sometimes forget that there are other groups of women out there that we have to be mindful of. And we tend to discuss a lot of different things within our own groups. But yeah, we have to be really mindful of other groups of women. So moving forward, when it comes to society and the restructuring, I would say you will have women who are going to try to find their footing and their positioning in society, and they will see other women as a threat. They will see other women as a problem, and they're going to want to act on those impulses. So, and this even goes back into, like when you have the womanhood or sisterhood, and you have people who were like infiltrators, women who weren't really goddesses, but they pretended to be just to get closer to the quote unquote head goddess and, try to take her down. It's that type of energy because you will have women that you help on a micro to huge level, and they will turn on you. So when I see women like Rihanna, who have really made a difference in other women's lives with her foundations, with her, all of her different avenues of celebrity. And I think she even had the diamond ball, and that's to, help out children, women, and such. Just even things like that. These particular types of women have done massive when it comes to giving back, and even with just a little information that we have publicly, you do have those types of women who will give back, and then those who will give back privately. And so it's a little bit more discreet. But either way, these particular types of women get targeted because they are supposed to usher in this beautiful energy of women coming together, celebrating each other, and it actually be meaningful. Same thing with Selena. She was supposed to bring people together from all different walks of life, backgrounds, creeds, and just celebrate being this human, this magical person. And so when I think about Rihanna, it's the same thing with her being inclusive. All shapes and sizes and colors and creeds matter to her. And so she makes sure to include everyone. And when you have this type of energy as a woman, other people will become jealous and envious of that, particularly other women, because you do have these types of women who goes off on, oh, I just need to be seen. It's only me. Um, I'm the only one who needs to be praised. And they tend to self-destruct. A lot of those types of women have a lot of self-identity issues. They deal with a lot of mental health issues. And they're very dangerous. And it's so funny because I've referenced this before, how, you had back in high school, the girls who were, um, very popular, but amongst each other, privately, they were fighting, they were, backstabbing each other. And so now what we see on social media is an uptick of these types of women, and they're trying to give other women advice. They're also, they're telling on each other. Excuse me. They're telling on each other, right? Because it's like, uh-oh, now people can see us for who we really are. And then you have those women who was never a part of those groups, and they was just living their own lives and just being themselves. So there is an uptick in women telling on each other, right? And sharing information about each other. And a lot of women don't like that. And they will target you if you're not, quote unquote, seen as a girl's girl. So even with this whole situation with Rihanna, it's like, it's very strange how all of this is happening. And then with the planetary alignments, and also with what's happening on social media when it comes to women. So as a Black woman, you really have to be strategic and be really careful of each other, but especially other groups of women, because they tend to act like this amongst themselves. We just don't know, because sometimes we center ourselves. And even though some of us do have friends from different backgrounds and everything, it's like it's a little secret amongst women, you know? So, and I found it to be quite strange that I'm not sure what the lady's full background was, but she targeted a Black Caribbean woman. It's kind of weird. So, yeah, I think specifically Black women, we've already had these conversations. We're having these conversations, but it's time that other groups of women start to be honest about their jealousy and envy amongst each other, and also the cruel things that they do to each other. Because a lot of the times people be focused on what Black women are doing, but not on my watch. I can see, and also I have sources and people that I've known who speak about these things. And I know a lot of the times people, they're hell bent on having this particular type of image, and, oh, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a Christian, I'm a mother type of energy. But behind closed doors, this is what's really happening, you know? So that is all for this video. Take care.